All right. Just get a few things set up before we get into everything. Just want to set this stuff up and put that out there. Let me let them know we are live in here. Live. And then go back to Twitter. ACL. See if I can share that via Twitter. All right. It says we're live there. And let me share this. What up, Maurice? What up, Ghost? What up, Jay Nuisance? I'll get with y'all in just 2 seconds. Let me just share this on X. Oh crap. Sorry about that, y'all. Give me 1 second. Hey. Post that and good to go. All right, the homies are out there. Let's get to it then. Let's get to it, man. Get into the chat right now, man. Let's talk about it. I see Stephen Jones in the building. I see Smiley. Salute. Cam, what up? Hoax in the building. What up, Hoax? Justin, what up, Justin? Kenty, Lewis, Spencer. Finally made a live stream. Appreciate you being here, Spencer. BX Bangin, New York reppin'. What up? Music by Los. What up, my G? How about them Knicks? Cody Creel. What up, Cody? I'm chilling, y'all. Hopefully y'all good too, man. They got new legend stuff, or you're about to hit legend? They got new. Well, I'm gonna show you guys what it is. What up, Weezy? ICJ in the building. After all the trades, it makes you want to start your season over, is what JB said. Dread, what up, Dread? I think we're all caught up here. Yeah, I think we all caught up here. All right, man. So I know. First of all, I don't know how y'all feel about that legend reward. I thought it was dope. Did y'all see it? How many of us didn't see the legend reward? What up, Muhammad? What up, Eric? What's goody? Appreciate y'all being here. We about to drop another bombshell. If you guys don't know, the good homie All City Big Heck send me the information on the terms of service. You guys who are familiar with this live stream, you guys, we broke it open like right here on the live stream. Salute to those who were here during that live stream, and it went crazy on Twitter. So many people didn't know about the terms of service agreement, the arbitration agreement that you're signing to. 2K is releasing a new agreement February 28th. And if you guys don't accept that agreement, you're unable to play the game that you already paid for. So that was, an issue that a lot of people found concerning. But just as concerning, which we're probably going to, I don't even know if I should be dropping this today. But just know that we're about to drop another bombshell on the community. And I think they're going to be just as shocked as they were when they found out about the terms of service agreement. I was thinking of dropping it today. Salute to the homie Seer Reloaded. Semper's a regular in these live streams, and he's been supporting the platform for a little while now. And he sent me some information that was like, wow, just wow. And there's information that's readily available to all 2K players. But, a lot of us, when we buy a game, we don't expect certain things to happen. Like, for instance, when we buy 2K and we make a microtransaction for 2K, say you buy the 700,000 VC pack for $150, you expect that transaction to go through, and you expect to be charged, and you also expect to see what you paid for on your 2K account. In the new terms of service agreement and in the agreement we've already signed as well, we found out that they're not liable for any of that. You guys recently heard about the MyTeam debacle, where a lot of players, NBA 2K recently released a mobile app so that MyTeam players could take MyTeam on the go. And it was like packed, loaded with a bunch of features to make gameplay seamless. whether you're in your house, on your console, or whether you're, on the go. Appreciate you being a legend for 4 months, Hoax. Appreciate that. So what ended up happening with that MyTeam app is the MyTeam app, for players who downloaded it and connected their console accounts, those accounts got deleted. All their progress gone. Again, when you make that microtransaction, whether you're buying cards or you're buying virtual currency, whatever the case is, when you make that transaction, a lot of players understand that they don't own the digital version, that they can't edit the digital version of what they have, but they expect to have what they purchase on their account, right? Well, these accounts got deleted, and these players were unable to recover everything they invested, which is absolutely crazy. And it's in the terms of service where 2K says, sorry, Brody, we're not liable, bro. So apparently all 2K players, they're not created equally. One person was able to receive a bunch of their cards back, didn't get everything back, but they were able to receive a bunch of their cards back. They also got 700K VC, while the next person who had their account or players deleted only received a couple or a few player cards from what they had. And the response, I don't know the details behind it. It could very well be legitimate, but when we're dealing with 2K, I think all of us have like a side eye. We're like, what you finna do to us, 2K? And sure enough, the response and reimbursement was very different between players. The mobile app doesn't even work for some things, is what Troy Johnson said. Jonah said, you think the community will ever unify as one and decide not to buy/invest on 2K, just 2K to actually make the game better? No way I got to drop $50 plus to play like Mello. Honestly, it's sad. It's a sad state of affairs, because I've seen in recent years as well, I've seen gaming communities come together to force the developers to change. Not only force the developers to change, but also they come together so that the developer's boss, which is like the consoles or something, like they're not necessarily their boss, but they have say so on whether this game is suitable enough to be on their platform, like PlayStation and Xbox, Sony and Microsoft. Communities coming together actually force these corporations to remove these games from developers from their stores. So I mean, I've seen it happen. It ain't like it can't happen. Will it happen to 2K? Is 2K too big? I don't know. I think it's highly unlikely. I've been in the community for feeling like a decade now. As far as like making content and stuff like that, close to it at least. Well, I think we're like 7 or 8 years creating content, but I've been a part of the community for way longer than that. I haven't seen the community be able to come together. There's this theory that 2K, sports gamers are stuck in their own little bubble, so it's hard for folks to come together. You would think it'd make it more easy for players to come together when they're being taken advantage of by developers, but I haven't seen no glimpse of the 2K community. You know what? I take that back. I have seen a glimpse of the 2K community coming together, but not against 2K. When 2K24 dropped a couple of weeks prior and a couple of weeks thereafter, I had never seen the community come together the way it did for the release of 2K24. So the idea of them being able to come together to find common ground is there. We've seen it happen in 2K24, but it was to praise 2K. Can we come together to speak on the faults of 2K? Is really the difficult part. Cam Brim says 2K is slowly dying. What up, Smoking Beard? Say, yo, City, it's Chopper. What up, Chopper? What's going on, man? Yeah, I remember Chopper. Yeah. What up, Chopper? Forgot about you. I'm just afraid February 28th. February 28th is when the new terms of service agreement is rolled out and everybody's going to have to accept it. Simple. Don't buy the next 2K. They ain't worth our money. They sure ain't worth our money, but it's not as simple. Like for me, I'm a creature of habit. So 2K is a part of my habit. And I've been good at denying my habit. I've been good at it because I haven't gotten on 2K in quite a while. It's been quite a while. And it's almost like I'm reluctant. There's some in me that's saying wrong is wrong. Like, don't load it up, it's wrong. But I've been good at avoiding that habit. But not everybody is able to, they don't have the mental capacity to avoid that habit. It's become a part of their daily routine. If your creature is a habit like me, you know, it's hard to knock those habits. So, you know, each person's form of entertainment is their own and whatever it means to them. And that's the difficult part, is that 2K means so much more to some other people than it does to, you know, someone like me. It's the only basketball game out that can compete right now. So we're stuck. It's either we play or we miss out. And I think that's, so you see, in my opinion, that's a great segue. That's a great segue because, and I could give you my experience over the last few years as I've deleted 2K from my system over the last few years. Since 21, I've been deleting 2K. It hasn't been able to stand the test of the time within one annual cycle. You know, where I refuse for some reason to get extended storage on my console. So 2K takes up a huge portion of my console storage. So I end up deleting it to play different games. And like the homie said, Ghost just mentioned, they're the only game out. So it's like we're stuck. We either play or we miss out. And I'd like to ask you guys the question, and hopefully you guys can ask yourself the question, what are you missing out on? Because I've deleted 2K and I don't feel I'm still able to make content. I'm still able to keep up with the times. What are we missing? I don't think we're missing out on much. And last year, I think it was last year, I took a bunch of time off. Last year and the year before, took a bunch of time off, and you guys welcomed me back with open arms, embraced the content, which is beautiful to see. That I have a following like that is really validating for all the work I've put into the 2K community, to be able to up and leave frustrated with 2K, and then come back when there's something to talk about. So I think a lot of us, we won't miss out on anything. We can remove ourselves. It's not like we have to play 2K, but on the flip side of that, I totally understand that, you know, whatever avenue you choose for entertainment, it's your choice. You spend your money how you want to spend it. And I get that totally. But I think there's a bigger picture here that's more damaging to the future of this habit that you created in gaming. It's like 2K with their terms of service, 2K with their inflation costs and their aggressive, like the increase in aggression with each passing year on how they approach microtransactions. It doesn't seem like a bright future. Our basketball fix. Sometimes 2K feels like a predetermined outcome type of game. It sure does, EQ. I'm not knocking you for feeling like that. It sure does feel predetermined. RNG for sure. Hey, Old City, hope you're having a great day. I just got an amazing job offer. Going to be deleting this game to focus up and chase that bag. Thank you for all the live streams. Appreciate you just posting up. Congrats on that, by the way. That's super dope. And, you know, ironically, I think that's what a lot of players fear. Exactly what the homie said, because I think when we talk about 2K in terms of life, like, you know, if you get a job offer that's going to take up the majority of the time, it has to be worth more than 2K in order for you to kind of relinquish 2K. But if we don't have something going on, I'll give you guys a perfect instance. I started my my fitness journey, and my fitness journey takes up a lot of time mentally, physically, and with that, it's become way easier to let go of 2K. I feel like, you know, I don't have the time to be frustrated, because if I get frustrated today, that's going to ruin my workout for tomorrow. Or if I get frustrated today, I may want to eat some ice cream, you understand, instead of doing what I'm supposed to do and stay on top of my diet. So definitely a good point. D Reed said, hold on, Ghost Loke said, ain't no other basketball game out that's actually good right now. I literally went back to NBA Street. Damn. The monopoly is definitely real. Smiley. Jonah said, I play with friends 1 through 3 games every week, and when I play, it's just straight stress, man. Other games, even though I encounter similar levels of stress like Tekken 8, I can at least win based on my skills. Ooh. All I play now is My League offline with the player lock option. It's basically My Career with your favorite player. Gotta go have fun somehow. And like, if you're someone like me, I don't know how many of you guys are even close to similar to the way I play 2K. I've only gone online. Like, for years, you know, my main reason for getting 2K is to compete against other players. And I'm not saying the way y'all play is wrong at all. Enjoy the game for what it has to offer. But if you're someone like me, I purchased the product from 2K for their online portion of the game to compete against other players. And when that's lackluster, the game is pretty much ruined for me, because I don't find any other game modes that entertaining. Not even to make content. I'm not entertained. I'm like, if I go play My Career, I'm like, my face is straight. I'm like, eyes dead, energy gone, because it's, you know, the offline experience is really not that good to me. So yeah, it may be, and I understand how it may be. And I've had some of those moments, because this year I played a lot of offline because I was grinding. You know, it was no money spent and all that good stuff. So I played a bit more, and I didn't find it as frustrating to play offline, but it still was not entertaining. Like, if I had a choice, if 2K told me, hey, give me $70 and this is your game only offline, I'd quit 2K today. It's not even a probably. I could guarantee you, if there was no online portion of 2K, I would quit it today, and you won't ever see me upload any type of gameplay, or you won't ever hear about me playing 2K if it was only offline portion of the game. GB, no money spent for me, because 2K is made for the comp players and not the casual players. Well, I beg to differ. 2K is that's been the argument from comp players. Comp players feel exactly different from you, Leroy. And I feel different from that as well. I feel like 2K is made for casuals. This year's a little different because it's a little more difficult for casuals to meet the learning curve. But after that season 3 update, they made shooting easy and back to casual friendly. The casual player base makes up the good majority of the player base. And the reason why the comp player base is so frustrated is because 2K is incorporating ideas from the casual side of gameplay, the more sim type style of gameplay. And that's been, you know, it was a huge issue in the beginning of the year. Nobody can deny that. Comp players are frustrated because of how 2K has limited their ability to perform the actions that they were performing in previous versions of 2K. So the same argument that some casuals may make, considering the idea that it's made for the comp player base, I don't think that's the case, y'all. I think it's primarily made for casuals because casuals make up a good majority of the 2K consumer base. My eyes dead when I play online. My eyes go dead when I play online, he said. Offline, you can mess with the sliders to fit how you want to play. For real, it ain't the best option, but I got bills. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I get that. I'm getting really good 2K. I'm shooting high percentages every game I play. Hit purple this year. Man, it was a boring grind. And I think that's what, you know, is crazy because that grind sustained for the longest time for me. You know, 2K practiced the same formula for grinding for years. It was the same formula. And then they just uprooted the joint and changed it completely. And when they changed it, they haven't gotten their footing back again. Now I'm no longer interested in the grind at all. I don't know what reward they could offer. Matter of fact, let's get to the reward. Let's get to the reward. For the homies that are in here, appreciate y'all being here. Let's get to the reward. This is the legend reward right there, what you're seeing on screen. Is my mic on? Yeah, my mic is on. That's it, y'all. And I ain't gonna front, it looks dope. But is that speaking you are one of the top players on 2K. Is that speaking that to you? It's hard to say. To some people, it might very well be speaking that, but to me, not so much. You flew up. You didn't even pass the dude's shoulders. Look at you. Don't even pass the dude that's on the ground. You don't even pass his shoulders. His feet was at the dude's shoulders that's on the ground. So you're probably lifting up 4 feet off the ground. That's it. Yeah, that's the real right there. That's your legend reward. And for those that don't understand the concept of what it takes to hit legend, I think for a lot of you guys who are still in the process or even considering the idea of legend, you're like, oh, hell no, I ain't never hitting it. Yeah, you could literally hear crickets in the park. So empty. Facts. Yeah, you hear the crickets just I was going to laugh at that too. Is it worth hitting? Like, is that legend? You know, in previous versions of 2K, there was like the helicopter. You know, you guys remember the helicopter, 2K20, where everybody in the park knew a legend was coming in. Why? Because they heard this loud helicopter, and everybody looks up and sees the helicopter going into a spot to drop off a legend into the park. There were instances that really separated you. And by the time I get down, because you come down like a rope on the helicopter, and by the time you get down that rope, there'd be a whole crowd of people waiting for you there. Legend meant something to the entire 2K community. No matter who you were, you got the respect because you put in the ultimate grind. Now, were the rewards significant back then? Maybe they weren't, but the community held this value in what it was meant to be a legend. And 2K decided to undervalue that with NBA 2K21, and it's never been the same since. And they seem like they can't get that back. I don't think there's ever going to be a reward that's good enough unless they go to the gameplay portion of things. And the gameplay legend reward has a significant impact on your gameplay when you're out there, so that your gameplay shows that you are a true legend. I think that'll change things up dramatically. Until then, we don't care about these animations, man. I don't think we do. Why is it so hard to keep Hall of Fame level? I feel like most purples I run into be getting carried and are not that good. It's definitely not hard to keep the Hall of Fame level. I think I got it on all of my players. It's probably the team you're running with. It could be that, because all my players get up to purple and I never have to worry about them being dropped. Loudly said legend reward is trash. Alan Sharkey. Yes, bro. I play Suicide Squad instead of 2K, bro. 2K is a joke. How is Suicide Squad? What do you think about it? It wasn't getting the greatest reviews, and I'm curious. When the new terms of February 28th is the new terms of service agreement. You guys should get a notification. I've been playing other games also. I was on Red Dead Redemption 2 yesterday. So in recent years, Legend got you a lowrider or a parrot, and now a goofy version of Superman. Pretty lame. Oh man, any I want to buy a shirt that says take to Mafia. Oh, all right, got you. Lunatics Trials will be this weekend, yeah. I should be getting back on track with everything, and I'll be able to host the tryouts this weekend. What up, Ronnie? What's going on, man? Pretty interesting stuff. Let me see what else do I have here, because there's so much stuff that I screenshot, and I could bring that up. You know, we could talk about this right here. Then again, all right. I did talk about the teammate regression. By the way, there's a 2K, a Take-Two earnings call. I could pull this up here. Let me pull that up. Herb Scribner. If you guys don't know, Herb Scribner is a feature reporter for the Washington Post. And he was in one of our Twitter spaces. We got to talk with him, you know, pick his brain. He be on 2K's head, bro. He's done release articles about 2K and how much the executives make and all this good stuff, really filling in the community in areas where we don't research. So he's been a great addition to the 2K community. Again, feature reporter for the Washington Post, Herb Scribner, let us know today that there's a third quarter earnings call today at 4:30 p.m. And he just said he was wondering if any of the recent 2K controversies will be brought up by those on the call. And there have been real big controversies with one of their biggest money-making modes, MyTeam. And I'm sure it deterred a huge portion of the player base from playing 2K. What do you think happens on those earning calls? Do you think like the investors care? I think that, in my opinion, the investors are like, hey, I just want to know what I'm getting back. Tell me what I'm getting back. They probably don't even play video games, let alone to take two CEOs thinking about playing a video game. I highly doubt it's going down. They probably know nothing about 2K or any game for that matter. If I had that type of money, if I was getting $150 million off of you guys making microtransactions, trust me, I won't know anything about 2K. I'd probably have real life NBA players playing in my backyard, and that'd be my version of 2K on my private island that you guys pay for, by the way. By the way, if you guys are looking for a vacation, and this is huge here, y'all, so y'all can listen up. This is huge. If you guys are looking for a vacation for you and your family, I definitely reach out to the Take-Two CEO, Strauss Zelnick, because you guys are part owners of the private island that he was able to buy for him and his family. So might as well take a vacation to that private island since you guys pitched in. It could be like a 2K family thing, and we all just show up to the private island that he bought with your money. You got to keep that in mind, man. Enough of paying overpriced vacations. Go on the land that you guys helped pay for. As long as the investors don't lose money, they don't care at all. I believe the same thing, bro. These guys only care about money. It's a business at the end of the day. Facts. It is facts. Been playing Uncharted Thieves Collection, Evil West, It Takes Two. Oh, nice, nice. What's the new Legend reward? I'll show you guys. The new Legend reward for the homie that just tuned in. That's your new Legend reward right there. You're looking at it. With the crickets in the background and all. You're looking at the new Legend reward. Is this Legend reward good enough? I have no idea how y'all see it, but it doesn't seem, especially with the crickets in the background, it doesn't seem good enough. I'm finding 2K getting boring. I have to use multiple builds just to stay interested in the game. I'm back to playing my sim racing GT7 facts. That joint was dope, by the way. I can use different cars without paying $100. That was Troy Caleb. Appreciate you leaving that comment, Troy. But it is, I think it's true. I used to do the same thing, and I spent quite a few years doing the same thing, trying to create new builds to me providing my best effort to keep 2K interesting. And despite my best effort, I still end up deleting the game before the end of the year. But that's $500-$600 out that you done spent on these builds trying to get a new look on 2K. And so you realize that hey, it seems to be the same for every single build. The experience seems to be the same for every single build you make. It may be exciting the first week or two, and then I don't know, for some reason the excitement just goes away real quick too. It's such a quick transition, almost like, I'll tell you what it feels like. It feels like 2K, you make a new build, you're playing amazing, you don't have high expectations for your new build, you're playing super dope with this, with like limited expectations and limited ability because your player is not fully up to par yet. So you get excited for damn near almost anything you do on the court. If you're like me, you bring your player out brand new to the rec, and you get excited for completing little things on the court. So as you upgrade your player, you're like, well, hey, if I did that good when my player was a 90 overall or 85 overall, imagine what I'm going to do at 99. And all you end up doing is continuing to imagine, because your player plays damn near exactly the same as when you brought him out at an 85 overall. And it's like, where's the progression? Where do I get to see the progression of my build, 85 to 99? Where I don't see much difference there. Certain attributes I totally understand allow you for more animations, like maybe your finishing and your dribbling. But the feeling is what I'm trying to get at. The feeling is lackluster no matter which build you make. And it may be good, you know, during the initial stages in the beginning of the year. You may last 2 months with a build. But after that, you're like seeking out new builds and new experiences just to keep the game enticing. The problem with that, whereas in other games, you could find new ways to play the game and it doesn't cost you anything. With 2K, it costs you either your time or your money, one or the other. You guys have, there's a clip option on here. So on my page, I put community clips at the very top. So if you guys hear something you like or you want to clip something and quote it, you're welcome to do that. And it'll come out on my homepage and it'll say clipped by this person. You guys could check it out. It's on my YouTube channel now. It's at the very top. So if you guys ever want to clip something, just hit clip and bang. And once you hit 92 overall, your My Player becomes worse. Yeah. What up? Keep it 100. What's going on, man? F2K Warzone ranked is way better of a grind than 2K. Yeah, facts. I was appalled when I seen it cost 25K VC to upgrade my rebound 3 attribute points. And that's another factor that, you know, we don't really talk about much, but the upgrading process when you, you know, I did no money spent this year, right? So every attribute hurt. So, you know, I had certain attributes that go up really high for particular builds in particular categories. Some were hitting 99. And when I attempted to kind of just max out to 99 and I saw the price behind it, over 100,000 VC. When you're going no money spent and you see you have 5,000 VC in total. When you're going no money spent and it's so demoralizing to see that this one attribute, because if you're a player like me, you're doing the math. So you say, well, I get this. If I get on the court, so this is what I was doing this year, yeah. I say, well, I do that little quest when you walk into the arena from that guy. I don't know who it is, but he gives you quests for your NBA game. You get a little extra VC. Plus your game gives you additional VC. And then you go play the street ball joints. So, you know, you go through your daily routine to get your VC and you see you come up with anywhere from 5 to 10,000 in a day, 5 to 10,000. So for your one attribute that costs over 100,000, you're saying, well, I'm 10 days out. Now that sounds crazy to most players because they're like 10 days out. Oh my God, like that's a crazy grind. Well, I mean, that's 10 days out considering the idea that you done invested 5 hours out of your day. 5 hours out of your day. It's just unacceptable, man. 5 hours, you still add up 10 days just to max out one attribute. Absolutely insane. So I don't understand this logic because it's so demoralizing. You feel beat up. Like you feel like, oh man. Now I will say the overall experience wasn't too bad, but like the replay value is not there. It's just not there. I don't want to do the same thing again on another build. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to have to go through the same rinse and repeat process, which is mind-numbing and it's extremely boring. And it just feels like a grind with little incentive. 2K, how about you get players to play the game and just enjoy themselves? How about that? How about just fun? Like 2K25, just fun. Like all fun. Forget about the grind. Forget about your workouts. Forget about all the nonsense, man. Just fun. They can't do it. Because part of this process of you grinding is supposed to get you closer connected to your player. Now, that's the whole process. This whole like psychology behind this, to get you closely connected to your player. So that way you feel like you and your player are one and the same. But this is the messed up part. When your player doesn't perform like the attributes that you have, you then lose the connection with your player. No, am I tripping? Because that's what's happened over the last few years. You go grind out your player, you max them out, and then for some strange reason, you start noticing that this player is not performing like a 99. He, in fact, is performing more so like an 85. There's not much difference between when you first brought him out to where you at and maxed out. And that loses that. I mean, it chops off the connection. So I think 2K maybe learned this in like 2K21. They probably learned about this psychology in 2K21. But they forgot that there's a whole portion of the game that's set and made for the player to grind. So when they decide, 2K's thought process is, well, they got wasted. They got 2K wasted. So now they made a new build. It's so short-sighted because initially that was going to be a benefit for 2K. All these players making new builds was going to be a huge benefit for 2K. But they didn't see the long-term effects. The community saw it. I was shouting it out in 2K21. I was like screaming it from the rooftops. What is going on here? What up, Khalil? Appreciate the 199 super chat. City with the facts, 1 of the K. Let's get it. So this grind, is initially made for you to kind of immerse yourself, but then you immerse yourself, which is why a lot of players understand every aspect of their player build. They understand that's why 2K can't pull the wool over our eyes, because we're like involved in the system that they created. We're here. So we're immersed in that first player build. We're completely immersed. Let's get the grind done. Let's get them to 99. And then I'm going to go out and kill. So what a lot of what you guys saw, and tell me if I'm mistaken here, y'all. A lot of what you guys saw in the beginning stages of 2K24, where you were completely immersed, you built up your player to 99. Half the player base is brand new to 2K, so they're already considered butt cheeks. You go out there and you're killing everything, while the other half of the player base is developing their players, maybe slower paced than you. Well, they sure were slower paced than me. And then the remainder of the player base done maxed out their builds, and now they're flooding online. Now your player doesn't look half as decent as he looked when he was playing against all those bums. Not even a quarter of as decent as he looked playing against all those bums during the initial stages. So it hits the fan. Interior defenders are no longer the same as they were when all those bums were on the court. No badges, no attributes to match to finish aggressively. So defenders were looking amazing. Now, not so much when everybody maxed out their finishing. And here we go, rinse and repeat. And it's been going on for quite a few years already. And the player base done woke up. So now it seems like 2K's main focus is to keep this revolving door of players, which is why they dropped the price down to $20 for some people and free for others. Because they just want to get the player base on the game. If you see a free game, a free sports game, one of the biggest selling titles, NBA 2K, is free or it's $20, you're like, I'll give it a shot. Because what do I got to lose? I see all the bad reviews. 2K is rated a 2 out of 10 on Metacritic. I see all the bad reviews. What do I got to lose? $20? Yeah, I'll put it down. For $20, the game would be dope. $20, you're like, yeah, I ain't got nothing to lose. What? They ain't going to get me. I know what they about. You're like, I can't lose anything. I'm not losing here. I pay $20 for an experience. I pay $20 to go watch a movie or something. So why not pay for this? That's what a lot of people are thinking. 2K's thought processes, and which is so lame, because the game is like, they're not, in my opinion, I'll give you guys a for instance, because I feel like 2K's thought processes, if we get them on the game, they're at our mercy. If we just get them on the game, they're gonna generate revenue for us. So now when they sell the game for $20, that means at the very least, they're expecting every person at the very least to make up the $50 loss that they took on the base unit sale. Because normally it'll be $70. If you're only paying $20, they're expecting you to pay at least $50 in microtransactions. If you don't, then that's a W for you and an L for 2K. I think what 2K failed to realize is that during this process, they don't realize how broken the whole system is. How the idea of the same thing that immerses players, part of that mechanic is so broken that it deters players. So if your player played like a 99, then you'll feel like, dope. Whenever I need to bring out my goated bill, I'm bringing them out. Players ended up realizing that their 99s don't feel like 99s. And then the 2K community ended up finding out that their 99s are indeed not 99s. They're actually less than that. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, there was some with Play Now, if I'm not mistaken. If you create the same player with the exact same attributes, something like that, I forget what it was, but if you create the same player with the exact same attributes, you find out your player is way less than a 99. What up, Kevin Green? What up, Glocks? It's facts, Ghost. He said it ain't worth $70. And I think a lot of players were like losing the value of what the hell we supposed to receive for $70. I'm an old head. So it's people like me that are going to tell you, young, you just spent $70, bro. Now, I know a lot of people are embarrassed about this, but people spend way more money than that. This year alone, somebody was already at $3,000. We made a video about it. Somebody aired it out. So yeah, I already done spent $3K on this joint. $2K has a way of undervaluing your dollar, not their dollar. Not their dollar. They don't undervalue their dollar, which is exactly why a sweater costs 50,000 VC. Do y'all get that? But they want to undervalue your dollar. Why are we in beta testing? Why are we testing out 2K's gameplay the entire annual cycle? Now, I don't want to make this a hate 2K. Ironically, these streams continuously, I guess it's because I try to feed off of the, and I'm not blaming you, but I try to feed off of the chat and then I give my responses accordingly. But these last few streams have just went like in a direction that we hate 2K. And I think it's a misconception, man. If anything, I am so disappointed with the trajectory, the direction that 2K has taken. That's, if anything, I'm disappointed, bro. I don't hate 2K. I love it. That's why I'm live streaming right now about 2K. I just really dislike the direction. I'm disappointed with the direction they took because it's clear. I mean, like, clear as day, obvious. The system is, they're not even doing good with the system that they're promoting, prioritizing microtransactions over gameplay. They're not even good at that system. Like, the game is not good enough to keep the revolving door of players that they're intending to make up. They're giving you the game for $20, expecting you to make a microtransaction worth $50 to make up the good portion of the unit sale, which is normally $70. Hopefully that made sense to everybody. So they're expecting you to make a microtransaction because they think that their system is so well in place that it's inevitable. If we get you on the game for $20, you're going to make a microtransaction. And I'm saying that system isn't even good enough to keep players on. And these new jacks that come into the 2K franchise, they're not stuck in the same sports bubble that the sports gamers that have catapulted 2K to put them in the place that they're in. They're not stuck in that bubble. So there's no obligation on their behalf. This new player base that's coming in, there's no obligation on their behalf. They experience other games and other developers. So they know that 2K is going to come across slimy. I, in fact, believe that 2K is probably hurting themselves by opening up the game to the masses like that. I think a lot of people would think it would be in their best interest, but there's going to be more people who come from different gaming genres and find out how slimy 2K actually is. They're going to see it firsthand, and they're going to see the system. And a lot of gamers understand the development systems. If you play other games, especially after experiencing 2K, it may seem refreshing, because you don't experience no microtransactions or a need for, like, how when we're on 2K, it's always, I need boosts or I need to do my workouts. You don't experience that in other gaming. So these guys coming from different genres of gaming are going to come into 2K, into this sports environment, which is normally a bubble by sports gamers, filled with sports gamers. We're stuck in our own little bubble, so we don't see the outside world. This is the theory. We don't see the outside world. But these other players coming in from different genres of gaming, when they come in and see how slimy, what do you think they finna do? They finna go right into that forum. They finna go right into that forum and air 2K out. Justin said, we're like 2K parents. We're not mad. We're just disappointed. Facts. We love 2K. Like Rambo loves America. Facts. Facts. Oh, man. I stopped playing Park and Rec. Someone had a misconception today that Park was the most popular game mode. I was like, boy, you lost. I read that today. I work 9 to 5. What up, Don't Mess with Texas? What's good, bro? I work 9 to 5 like majority of the chat. I make $2,500 a month. Them people spending that type of money on the game is like the 1% of the community. Majority of us have families, bills. It's crazy. Well, let me break some down. For those of you who don't know, this was a revelation for a bunch of players in the 2K community. Another bombshell that we had dropped on the 2K community was how much money we're spending on builds. This was originated here at All City Live TV, and we shared it. It ain't like I found this stuff, but I decided to look deeper into how much we're spending on 2K. So last year I found out that I paid $1,200. It was a huge surprise for me because I had no idea I spent that much money. So we shared it. We made a video and we went through our PlayStation transaction history and showed it to the entire 2K community. Well, we ended up finding out when we got the feedback. Again, this was something else that spread through the 2K community like wildfire. But we ended up finding out that a lot of people, it's not 1%, yeah? I know a lot of us would like to believe it's 1%, but it's not, yeah? We have become so accustomed to spending money on 2K that the good majority of players that spend money on 2K found out that they spent way too much money. So many players, I was like on the lower end of the spectrum. $1,200 that I spent on 2K23 was on the lower end of the spectrum of how much average 2K players spend each annual iteration, 2K. So, I think that woke a lot of people up so that this year I decided to go no money spent. A lot of people were on the bandwagon for that. But my goal was just to kind of limit how much money y'all spending. Don't put yourself in a position. My goal was this because there's nothing in my life that I ever spent $1,200 on without knowing that I spent $1,200. Nothing. I value every dollar. And I hopefully you guys do the same. But when I found out I spent $1,200, I'm like, oh, hell no. That means that 2K got some type of psychological hold on me, that I was operating outside of my normal way, which is value a dollar and make sure that whatever you spend that dollar on is worth the value. And if you add that number up, whatever. If you spend some that takes more money, then this should have to meet the value of the dollar. When I found out that I spent that much money on 2K23, I was so heavily disappointed because I already had deleted 2K23 and I really didn't enjoy the overall arching experience that I had on 2K23 is that I didn't enjoy myself. And that's what I'm trying to bring awareness to, the fact that we are in a bubble, yeah? Whether we like to believe it or not, a lot of us are in bubbles and we're not even realizing this. So I wanted to make everybody aware, like, hold on, homie. The $100 is $100. Don't forget it. And that $100 will add up and add up. And as a 2K player, you end up finding out ways to finesse another build. It's something in the system that constantly leads us toward the idea of creating a new build to create a new experience. And we end up finding out that experience is just as lackluster as the build we just got rid of. I'll get to the chat. Let y'all lead the way. Trust me, 2K is better than FIFA this year. Really interesting. I've been saying this. If any other company tried the stuff we let 2K get away with, it'd be all over IGN and gaming sites. This is facts. Who said that? Just Ice. Other gaming communities don't play that, y'all. They just don't play that. They don't forget the value of a dollar. They understand the ramifications behind spending more money in a video game and what that means to the entire gaming industry. So they refuse. They say, oh, hell nah. Because if I paid this money, of course, if this company that I paid to is successful, then other companies coming up, other indie developers are going to follow the path to success. They're going to follow that blueprint. So I think, and like I just want to put this out there as well, because I'm into other games and I really do my studies, or research rather. They're like hyper vigilant. The other gaming communities are like hyper vigilant when new games are trying to come out and they go through their alpha and beta stages. Gaming communities are on their necks, bro. Like they're on their necks. And one of the main things that they look out for is how is this company or indie development team for this new game going to approach microtransactions. And that's like one of the determining factors on whether your game is going to be successful if the community accepts it in beta or alpha. And if it's and we think we got heavy hitters in the 2K community. These the creators outside of the 2K community, they're heavy hitters. And if you get some of these dudes like to give you a bad review, there goes your game, bro. Like, and 2K is immune to that. Like 2K don't have to worry about reviews. They just keep making money. Interesting stuff. 2K needs to go, what he said, needs to go to rehab. What he said? Tramview said the 2K community need to go to rehab. 2K has hooked us on the microtransactions. That's why offline for me is the way to get my basketball fix. I hear that. I think the average person is buying at least 2 bills. So 2K is getting good money out of all of us. Listen, y'all. Hear it, y'all. If you got at least 2 builds, let's say you purchased the $700 pack for $150 plus your $70. That is already what, $225? Some $220. Now multiply 220 times the millions of players that get on or have played the game. It gives you a scope of how much they're bringing in. And it's absolutely insane how I watch these other gaming communities hold these developers accountable. But man, Osmond Gold was the streamer who brought it to my attention first. I was watching his live stream and he was talking about the theory that I had proposed to you guys, where sports gamers are like in their own bubble. They just don't know any better. And how he was mentioning how other gaming communities, they don't accept that. And the way he put it in his live stream about 2K players is that we're idiots. And initially you might want to take offense to that, but he didn't just throw this out there. It had a foundation. And he went on to explain how, how these other gaming communities, they hold these developers accountable. But for us in 2K sports gamers, we just keep going. And I think one side of that Osmond Gold doesn't know about is that a lot of players, like I mentioned in the last live stream, a lot of us 2K players were just like, we're not video gamers. You don't, a lot of 2K players don't consider themselves video gamers. If you're a 2K player and a Call of Duty player, you're not necessarily a video gamer. Like, you think it's okay. Like, you're like, I can get away. I don't need to label myself a gamer. So you kind of separate yourself from everybody else in gaming. Little do you know that because of that separation that you're giving yourself from the rest of the gaming community, that's exactly how 2K grabs hold of you. That's exactly what 2K uses to keep you in that bubble and separate you from the entire gaming industry that aren't experiencing half of the aggression that 2K is giving you. So it may be in your best interest. It may be in your best interest to learn more about the gaming industry. 220 without a second thought. Yeah. Every game has competition except 2K. If you want to play a basketball game, there's only one option. We should be able to reallocate our build once we hit 99. Wouldn't that be convenient? Like, every 20 levels, we get reallocate points that we can use to change our build. Yeah. reallocation would be dope to have in seasons. Like maybe one of the prizes reallocate 10 attribute points. 2K knows this, B. Like, trust me, man. I mean, they have teams that are put together to watch over this stuff. When you get that big in business, you have teams of folks that try to find new ways. But those new ways always got to complement the idea of generating a microtransaction and not eliminating the possibility of a microtransaction, putting the odds in the casino's favor. The house always wins. Maybe somebody hit Ronnie 2K with a yo mama joke. So definitely some interesting stuff. Like I mentioned earlier in the live stream, I think, we dropped the bombshell for the TOS, the Terms of Service Agreement, which is taking place February 28th. But I think I'm not sure if I'm going to release it today. I highly doubtful I'll release it today. But I think I'm about to drop another bombshell on the community. Again, this is all stuff that the player base can reference, but for some reason, the 2K player base doesn't. And just like the Terms of Service Agreement, I think this is going to have a significant impact on how a lot of 2K players look at 2K. I think I'm going to drop that tomorrow, and we can talk about it in tomorrow's live stream. I have all the snippets. I have all the information I need. And it's one thing, because a lot of creators that are against 2K, they just kind of speak about like the faults of 2K, gameplay and this and that. And then the 2K players, we vent, we say what we dislike, we share agreement with these creators, but that ain't what we want because we love 2K, so we don't want to hear too much bad. Creatures of habit, so we want to keep playing. We don't want to hear all that negative stuff. And it's a hard balance to bring. As a creator, it's a hard balance for me to bring this to the forefront of the community and start messing with your daily habits. I don't want to mess with you. It's not my intention to mess with your daily habits, but maybe your daily habits will change when you find out the reality. That's my goal here. And it's not in my best interest to get 2K players to stop playing the game. I'm a 2K creator. It's not in my best interest. So I want to get that out there first. Other creators will actually call it stupid to talk about half the stuff that I talk about. But I think when you guys start realizing, I think when a lot of players start seeing how much the company has infiltrated and influenced gameplay development, that's when we're like, hold on a second, Brody. Hold on. Wait 1 second. NBA 2K25, not getting bored. I saw some guys running 17 on P2P servers and it looked fun. I'm up to 450 and I feel like I went out with an ugly chick. Who said that? Fernan. Fernan said, I'm up to 450 and I feel like I went out with an ugly chick. I have limited time to play. I have limited time to play and the no money grind is too great. Every time I think of the money I spent, I feel disgusted. How many of y'all feel like y'all went out with ugly chicks? How many of y'all took one for the team? Half of y'all take one for the team on a regular basis. Oh, man. I spent 100 max on 24. Nice. Salute to you. Can you make content creating tutorial? I need simple to do template. I feel like I have enough equipment. Just need good on how-to session. Can you make content or a content creating tutorial? You could check out, I have some stuff on All City IRL. If you go to my homepage and you scroll down on my YouTube page, you'll see my All City IRL channel. So I have 2 other channels that are linked to this channel. And way back when I had thought about that for other content creators that want to start 2K content. It's a little dated. I may have to update it, but there's some good information on there. So All City IRL. I think you could type exclamation point IRL and it might come up. Appreciate the love from Germany. Appreciate you being here, Bappa. Facts, 2K not even like spending money on a baddie. You go home from that date and block old chick. Makeup came off, didn't it? I went back to 2K23 current gen on my Legend account and I feel way more relaxed. 2K24 feel like a job. I made a video with that exact title. 2K24 feels more like a job than a video game. And I'm not against, like I keep mentioning, for those who are new here, I'm not against 2K24. I actually think the gameplay is okay. I think the game is developed okay in comparison to the last few years, but it's not good enough to make up for all the mistakes that they did over the last few years. Yeah, there you go. The Zelda content is great too. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm trying to find ways to incorporate, and it's all gonna hit the fan at once. I got so many ideas for different channels that I'm pursuing, but I want to make sure the main goal is getting this channel to 100K subscribers, and then we could venture out. So yeah, I know it's all gonna end up eventually coming together. We'll see what happens. Why 2K14 felt like it was revolutionary. That's a good point. And it was one of the arguments that I had, Hand 50. One of the arguments that I had is, there were multiple instances throughout 2K where I felt like it was revolutionary. Multiple instances where I was just like, wow. And it wasn't primarily based on, because like I said before, 2K has always looked good to me. Even if we look back now on the first 2K ever released, we won't think it looks good. But I remember all too clearly how I felt at that time. And I was completely mind blown at what I was seeing. Revolutionary. And there were instances throughout 2K's franchise that the game felt revolutionary. But over the last few years, with the most advancements in like cosmetic things or aesthetic, they've had the most advancements. For some reason, the game doesn't feel revolutionary. Why is that? My argument, my theory behind it is that 2K prioritizes glitz and glamour, smoke and mirrors over gameplay. They're prioritizing money and developing the game based behind a system that's persuading you to generate a microtransaction. That system, they're spending so much time and energy on making sure that this system is incorporated into gameplay that the development of gameplay is no longer the priority, which is why 2K has felt lackluster, especially over the last few years. Haven't felt that revolutionary feeling in years, yeah. But we're not paying less money for the game. We're not paying, saying $35, half the price. We're not paying less money for the game when it's released. In fact, 2K has led the way in increasing individual base unit prices. Led the way. They led the way. I know it's hard for a lot of us to take in, but 2K was one of the first games to increase their price, if not the first, to $70 from $60. So the company that this is why it's a big issue, because the company that we're involved with, the gaming developer that we're involved with, has a gigantic influence on the gaming industry. One of the first games to increase it $10 and hadn't been increased in years. 2K said, nah, F all that. We raising it this year. They did it. And a lot of other companies have followed suit. And that's why I think it's important, like we're in an important position as players on 2K, because this is the company that has a huge impact on the gaming industry and where it goes financially for gamers. Yeah, 2K, that's a good one. 2K is a microtransaction simulator. I gotta write that down. Hold on a second. I like that. Who said that? Tramview. Microtransaction simulator. I might make a t-shirt. Is a microtransaction. That's a good one. Play current gen. I feel they are bothering it. Left next gen once again. What up, Real Don? That was good. What up? Wagwan, wagwan. People want speed boosts and making whites. Get out of here. Nobody trying to hear about no speed boosts. Making whites. We'll be going backwards. I really don't want to go back to seeing full whites going in. All right, yeah. So I think I'm going to play. I know I mentioned this quite often on these live streams. Again, tomorrow, I think we're going to have like a huge impact on the 2K community. You know, terms of service, huge impact. People learned about it. Tomorrow is going to be another big blow in the 2K community. Pause. And hopefully you guys will be here for it. We'll see what it does. I'm going to put out a video on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Type ! Twitter. I'm going to have to change that to ! X. But follow me on Twitter because I'll be dropping it there first. I'll drop a short form video, then I'll drop a long form video, and then we'll go live and talk about it. So if you want to stay up to date, definitely check out the short form video on Twitter. You can type ! Twitter. The link will come up. Follow me on there. We're going to grow that Twitter platform. I've been really paying close attention to Elon Musk, and I think he got some big things set for this platform. And I want to take full advantage of it. Let me see if that comes out, Hoax. And I think I should have a chance to go in. Yeah, there we go. That's my link to Twitter right there, yeah. It says follow me on Twitter, sent up by Nightbot. Oh, yeah, that's my link there. So, yeah, check me out on Twitter. I'll drop that tomorrow. We're probably going to do it early. And I think today what I'm going to do is we're going to give... I'm thinking if I should live stream the gameplay here. I might live stream it here. We're going to go live with another game today. I've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2. I was having so much fun on that joint. I think it'd be cool to rock out with a few people who might want to see that gameplay and just kick it while I'm playing. Trying to get this joint up and running. We trying to hit that 100K. No shorts here. We deserve it. We've been working hard for a long time. We know our influence within the 2K community is much larger than that 100K number. But I want to see that plaque. I want to see that plaque on the wall right here. I want you guys to see that plaque. I want you guys to be a part of this process of hitting 100K and watching a content creator that stays grounded in his way come up, not sell his soul to 2K or anybody in between, and just keep pushing and what it means. I think it's a W for all of us. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. I will catch you guys either on the next video or a live stream. Chabello, thank you for the 199 super chat. I need to go to rehab with this 2K. Appreciate you, Chabello. Salute to y'all. Again, if you're looking for players to run with, come on out and join our Discord. Type ! Discord in the live stream chat. A link will come up. You no longer have to run with randoms. Just like that. You can try out for the All City Lunatics this weekend at 3 p.m. Hope to see you guys out there. I will catch you guys on the next video or live stream. Easy, y'all.